Welcome to our new series called the Fort Donelson National Battlefield, located in Dover, Tennessee. The preservation of the artifacts found inside of the park began the moment that the battle occurred in February 1862. The park itself was established in 1928. Today, we begin our drive along the battlefield driving tour. At the first stop, we come to it is the monument dedicated to all the Confederate men who died on this very ground. In several places, it plainly states that these soldiers were buried in unmarked mass graves. All aboard the Kentucky Tennessee Living Time Machine. Please fasten your seatbelts and keep your arms and legs inside of the vehicle at all times. But to get going, we need your help. We still need to fire up that time machine to transport us to Fort Donelson National Battlefield. Please help us by clicking on the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons down below. Not only does this help fire up the time machine, but it convinces the YouTube algorithm that we need a bigger time machine to reach more people who love history as much as you do. Now, back to our story. This is the first stop on the battlefield tour of Fort Donelson. And here we have the Confederate monument. Because they fought against the United States, Confederate dead were not reburied in National Cemetery. This monument, erected by the United States Daughter of the Confederacy, is a memorial for these men. It was dedicated in 1933. Let's see if we can get a closer view. This is what was written at the monument base. The shaft is dedicated as an altar of remembrance to the Confederate soldiers who fought at Fort Donelson, February 1862. By the Daughters of the Confederacy of Tennessee, there is no holier spot of ground than where the defeated valor lies. As a special reminder, all cannons are currently placed in close proximity to where they were during the battles of Fort Donelson. The statue that you see here was cast by the A.M. Art Bronze FDY, Chicago.
Foundry. That's what FDY stands for, Foundry.
Cast by A.M. Art Bronze Foundry, Chicago.
Take note of this. This is an excellent example of masonry, stone cutting. You can see the stone blocks. Those are actually cut with hammers and chisels. And my grandpa taught me how to do this. But, you know, it's something that's very unique. There's a lot of buildings out there that looks like they're made out of cut stone, but they're actually made out of blocks that are molded to look like cut stone. But these are actual cut stone. You can see how they break along a fault. That's how come they're so uneven. But this is fascinating. Somewhere I have a set of chisels that are made to do this, and if you look right here, you can see the chisel marks that are still here in the stone. Here we're closer to the monument. This looks like that it's made out of marble. The sign said it was erected in 1933 by the Daughters of the Confederacy. It says, this shaft is dedicated as an altar of remembrance to the Confederate soldiers who fought at Fort Donelson, February 1862, by the Daughters of the Confederacy of Tennessee. There is no holier spot of ground than where defeated valor lies. I'm out of breath from walking up them steps. And we're here at Fort Donelson. This is the fallen Confederate soldiers monument. It says, honor their valor, emulate the devotion with which they gave themselves to the service of their country. Let it never be said that their sons in these southern states have forgotten their noble example. No matter what you think about the Civil War, these men deserve to be remembered. February 13th, 1862, February 14th, 1862, February 15th, 1862, somewhere here, our unknown dead will lie forever, with arms unstacked, forever, with colors that cannot be furled. Okay, this is the final side of the Confederate Soldier Monument. And there's a blank space here. It says, blank here was the place of battle. You who have never known the scour and pierce of battle may only remember the moments by names, places, by monuments. But I, who was born by the battlefields, cannot escape a sorrow that dwells, a valor that lingers, a hope that spoke on lips now still. It's very nice.
For the next few minutes, these are photographs taken of the monument dedicated to the Confederate soldiers who fought and died on this very ground. This portion of the video is silent. We are here at the monument, and we're going to go back down the steps on the other side.
Again, we're here at Fort Donelson. The fallen Confederate soldiers monument says, honor their valor. There's a root down here I was reading too. Currently, some kind of a common thing on the battlefield that we've been seeing where they bury the Union soldiers in large graves and bury them. Southern soldiers never fallen in Anthem. There's a big Confederate battle graveyard in Memphis and Minneapolis. Go there, the graveyard is so near the top. The black stone and all that.
We missed it in unmarked because we made the drive around the road.
Well, it's in the south side of the road, right off the bypass. I drove truck forever.
Thank you. We at Kentucky Tennessee Living would like to thank you for watching our visit to Fort Donelson. Don't forget to hit that like button, as the more likes we receive, the more likely YouTube is to suggest our videos to other viewers. Also, to receive notice when we upload a new video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell notification button. We thank you for continuing to support Kentucky Tennessee Living as we are discovering the mysteries in Civil War history.